Hey everybody, this video is going to go over how to create APA reference entries for some common sources like movies and TV episodes, YouTube videos, TED Talks, Twitter and Instagram, and other social media posts. Be sure to like and subscribe below so that these videos can keep coming. We're going to start on the APA Styles webpage where it goes over the basic elements of a reference entry. So it is divided into 4 parts. One is author, then date, then title, and then the source. Source is basically like trying to tell me as a reader or instructor where to find your particular source. So let's look at some common ones that I see in student essays and how to put those together correctly. So let's start with films. So these are movies. If you want to create an APA reference entry to use a movie in your essay, you begin with the directors. The directors go into the author slot, and that would be last name, comma, first initial, period. If there are additional ones, they also get listed up to 21. However, after the last person's name for the directors, you need to put in parentheses the word directors. That tells me, hey, this is who is holding the author slot for this particular source. After that, you put a period. Then you put the year of publication or release in parentheses, and then a period after that. After your date element is the title. So again, APA uses title casing or uses sentence casing for titles. So first word is capitalized, proper nouns, so names of people and places, and then you would capitalize the first word after special punctuation like colons, question marks, exclamation marks, or periods that would be inside a title. You would capitalize the next word. Otherwise, the rest of the words in a title are not capitalized. The title of a film or movie, however, is in italics, and then at the end of the title, you put a space and you put brackets. So these are the buttons over there by the P on your keyboard. They are the square parentheses. In brackets, you identify what this is. So, because it's not a standard journal article or a book or something like that. It is a film. So you put the word film in brackets and then you put a period. And that period marks the end of the title element. After that, you put the publication information. So who produced this and then who basically aired this, who published this. So Walt Disney Pictures is the publisher and Pixar Animation Studios is who produced it. So that information goes next. You can use a semicolon in between those two, and then a period goes at the end. Next thing down would be TV episodes. So let's look at a couple examples of these. Again, directors and writers are first. So, and they go in alphabetical order. So you would do the last name, comma, first initial, and then in parentheses, who was this person? So B comes first in this first example. This person was a director, so you put director in parentheses. Then you put a comma and you move on to the next person. So the author space for a TV episode would include the writers and the director of that particular episode. And you just need to use the parentheses to identify their role. Once you have the last person's identifier, you put a period to mark the end of the author element. And then you would put the date in parentheses. Now, this is going to be the airing date of the TV episode. So what date did that episode air? And this would include the year, the month, and the day. So you do the year first, then a comma, spell out the month, and then the day. And all of that goes in parentheses, and then the period goes after that. For example, 2008, comma, February 28th. Or 2011, comma, April 14th. That's in parentheses, and then you use a period to mark the end of that element. The next thing is the title of the episode. So not the TV show, the actual episode title. And this is not in italics. Okay, we save italics for the actual TV show. The episode, you give the title first. Again, regular APA sentence casing, not all the content words. And then after the episode name, you put a space and you put in parentheses first the when. When did this appear in the TV show? So this would be like the season and episode number. So season 4, comma, episode 5. And then after you do that in parentheses, you need to identify what this was. Just like with the films, you put film in brackets. Here you have to do the same thing. You have to identify what this was. This was a TV series episode. So you put in brackets, TV series episode. Then that marks the end of the title space or the title element, and you would put a period after that. So just remember, it goes title of the episode, space, when it was published, so that is the season and episode numbers, then brackets for what it was. So this is a TV series episode. That ends your title element. And then the next part is the production or source information. So this is in, and then it gives you your producers. So these guys, their initials and last names go in order. So you do initials, period, last name, comma, initial, period, last name, comma. List your producers. Then, of course, we have to identify them as producers. So you put in parentheses executive producers. Then you put a comma, and then the TV show name, like Lost or Parks and Rec, in italics, and then a period. And then the next part is that publisher information. So Bad Robot, semicolon, and ABC signature. Or DD Productions, Fremulon, 3 Arts Entertainment, and Universal Media Studios. So those are all the people that produced and aired that particular TV show or episode. Next thing are YouTube videos. This is one of the most common ones that I see in my students' essays. So the first thing that you would do is who uploaded this. That goes first with a period. That takes the author space. Then you put the date that it was uploaded, and it goes year, comma, spell out the month and the day. Then you put a period to mark the end of the date element. Then you do the title of the YouTube video in italics. So, and again, regular sentence casing for that title. Then after the title, you put a space, and again, in brackets, you have to identify what is this thing. This is a video, so you put video in brackets. Then you put a period, and then you identify the host of the information, the host of the video as YouTube. Then you put a period, and then you put your link to that video. Okay? If you are citing a TED Talk, this runs very similar to the other one, except TED is the host. You use that as the publisher, period, that goes in the author space. Then you do the date, again, the upload date, so year, comma, month, day. Then you do the title, and then you do the line down and who it was, who was the speaker. That's how the TED Talks work. You have a speaker who's giving a speech. So the title of the speech, line down, and then the speaker's name. Then again, in brackets, you have to identify what this is. Well, this is a video, so you put that in brackets, and then the period. Then after that is your source, so that is YouTube as your host and the link. Instagram. So the first is the person or group name of the group author goes first. Then you do brackets with the username. So that is your @ whatever for Instagram. That takes up the author spot. Then you put a period and your parentheses with your date, year, comma, spell out the month and day, period. Then the title of whatever it was in italics. This happened to be a photograph, and so the title was in italics. Then you put brackets and identify what this was. This was a photograph, and then you would put a period, and then the host, kind of like YouTube, now it's Instagram, and then your link. Okay, so that's how you would do an Instagram post. If you are going to do a tweet, same kind of thing. You do the person's name in the author spot, brackets with their username, then your date in parentheses, then your title, what that tweet was. That is in italics. Then, of course, you have to identify what it is, brackets, you put tweet in there, then your period, and then Twitter, so like YouTube or Instagram, but now it's Twitter, period, and then the link. So that would cover a Twitter tweet. Blog posts. This one is a little bit different because the titles up here for the Instagram posts and tweets, those are in italics. But here for blog posts, the italics actually move to the host of the blog. So this example, it gives you the author and then the date. Again, year, month, day. The title here is not in italics because the host of the blog comes after the title, and that gets the italics. So this blog was hosted by Psych Central. Psych Central is written after the title as part of the source element. It gets italics, and then your link goes at the very end. So I hope this goes through some common online sources. There will be a different video that goes over websites and dictionary definitions. So I hope this helps. Good luck on your project and have a great day.